Hey guys, it's Kaz here, aka Cats and Camera, and today I'm doing the Reader's Problem tag. I was tagged to do this way too long ago by the September issue, and I'm sorry it takes me so long to do these tags. I have a list, a backlog, but I will get there eventually. I will link the original creator About to Read below, so you should definitely check them out, and I'll also link the September issues video as well, so you can see where I got my tag from. Also, the questions are quite long, so I'm just going to be reading them off this piece of paper. Question 1 is, you have 20,000 books on your TBR. How in the world do you decide what to read next? And honestly, I'm a mood reader in the sense that I'll just go to my bookshelves and think, yeah, I want to read this. I don't know how people can be mood readers in a season or a certain time of the year, or I don't understand that. Obviously October's coming up and there's like 1,000,001 different readathons and they're all about reading thrillers and scary books and horror, and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to spend a whole month reading one type of book. I'm just today I feel like reading a contemporary sort of reader. So yeah, I just go over and pick something. That's how in the world I choose what I read next. Question 2 is, you're halfway through a book and you're just not loving it. Do you quit or are you committed? Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, there's so many books in so little time, if you're not enjoying it, just move on. But that's not me. If I'm not enjoying a book, I have to persevere and finish it. I don't DNF books, it's just not something I do. Sometimes that's a good thing because I've read books where at the beginning I'm like, but I enjoy them at the end. And on the other hand, I've read books and I'm really not enjoying it, and then I carry on reading it and it's annoying me because I'm still reading it. So it works both ways, but yeah, I don't DNF books, I just persevere. Question 3 is, the end of the year is coming and you're so close but so far away on your Goodreads reading challenge. Do you try to catch up, and how? So I've only been doing the Goodreads challenge for 3 years. The first year, 2015, I joined Goodreads in like September, so I think I set it somewhere stupid like 5 books. And then last year I set 50, this year I set 50. So I've never been in the position where I've been really far behind because I don't set myself a stupid target. There's no point in setting myself 100 books because I don't want to feel like I'm going to force myself to read. So I set 50. Hit it halfway through the year and then I'm just cruising. But last year on New Year's Eve I was at 79 books and I thought, I don't know, I'd like it to be a round number, so I did just read a graphic novel to take it to 80 on New Year's Eve. So I guess I don't know, I've never been in the position. But to me the Goodreads goal is something that I'm reading and I look at it, I'm like, wow, I've read 10 books since whenever. So it's a good thing, but I also don't go stupid with it and I don't put it at like 150 books because I don't want to force myself to read. But it's nice to see how many you've read in the year. Question 4 is, the covers of a series you love do not match. How do you cope? I'm going to refer you down below to my bookish pet peeves video where I show you. But just as a little example, here are the 4 books in the Heroes of Olympus, and here's the 5th. I don't care. So question 5 is, everyone and their mother loves a book you really don't like. Who do you bond with over shared feelings? Definitely my sister with this one. We have similar tastes, so we can both rant. For example, it's not actually about a book, but my sister told me that I had to watch the Scourge Trials film because it was so bad, just so we could both rant about how terrible it was and how it was nothing like the book. So yeah, definitely my sister with that one. I'm forcing her to read Lord of Shadows just so she can watch my rant video. I'll link that down below, why not? Just so I can rant to her about it, because there's so many things in that book that really annoyed me. I've made her read The Mortal Instruments and Lady Midnight as well. And we both enjoy the world, but also there's so many things we find irritating about that whole series and all the characters and stuff, so yes, definitely bond with my sister. I also forced her to read The Raven Cycle, so we could both rave about it. We have the same tastes. Question 6 is, you're reading a book and you're about to start to cry in public. How do you deal? Now, somehow, I don't think I've ever actually been in this situation. Somehow I must, in the back of my mind, know when I'm going to start crying, because I always read on the bus when I go to Nottingham. It's like a 50-minute journey or whatever. And I remember I started reading More Happy Than Not on the bus. And then I was like, oh, I feel like I should just read this one at home. Cried for literally a whole third of the book. And other books I've read a bit on the bus and then thought, oh, I'll read the rest at home. Cried at home. So I don't know how, but somehow my brain thinks something's going to happen in here. Just in the back of my mind. You're probably going to cry. You cry a lot at books. Probably don't take this one out again. So I've never been in that position, but if I do, I will probably just cry. I cry a lot at books. There are so many books that made me cry. I feel sorry for the people that don't cry at books, because it's awesome to have that connection with something. So yeah, I'd probably just let it roll. Question 7 is, a sequel of a book you loved just came out, but you've forgotten a lot from the prior novel. Will you reread the book, skip the sequel, try to find a synopsis on Goodreads, cry in frustration? This one, I would like to read the book first, but probably won't. Again, I'm just gonna talk about Lord of Shadows and Lady Midnight. I loved Lady Midnight, and I really wanted to reread it, but I was going to meet one of my friends, and she's like, spoiler central, she doesn't care. I've told her, don't talk to me about the book, and she's like, blah, 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 blah. So I bought Lord of Shadows and read it, even though I wanted to read Lady Midnight first, just because I didn't want to get spoiled for everything, even though I was quite spoiled for quite a lot of it. Yes. So in theory, I would like to reread a book beforehand, but probably not going to happen. But also, it hasn't happened that often. Normally, I'm like really late on stuff and will just blast through the whole series. So, it's not too bad. Question 8 is, you do not want anyone borrowing your books. How do you politely tell people nope when they ask? I don't. I just lend them. There's literally the last 2 books in the Larton Crepsey series over there. I've lent to my friend about 2 years ago and he still hasn't read them. I know where he lives, it's fine. Like I say, my sister's got Lord of Shadows at the moment. I don't mind. Lend them out. Share the wealth. If they come back all horrible and chewed up with coffee stains all over them, obviously, yeah, I'd be pissed and I'd say something. But I'm not just going to say no to borrow my books. Apart from my dad. I won't lend my dad my books, because he has a tendency to fall asleep on the covers and just crunch them all up. He started reading my A Song of Ice and Fire and I was like, whoa there. Took them back, bought him a Game of Thrones, and about a week later his dog had ripped the front cover off. So yeah, I will not lend books to my dad, but in general, I'll just lend them out, I don't mind. So that is 8 again. Question 9 is, reading ADD. You've picked up and put down 5 books in the last month. How do you get over your reading slump? This one, I kind of feel like I've been in the slump this past month. What was it that I read? I was reading the Grisha trilogy, the second and the third book, and for some reason they took me so long to slog through. Both of them took over a week, and they're really quite short books, and I don't know why. And then afterwards it felt really hard to read other stuff, but I just kind of persevere. If I do feel a little bit slumpy, I'll pick up a graphic novel because it's easier and quick to read and it's fun. That's what I did actually. I picked up Young Avengers and blasted through this, and then I got straight back out of it again. I got a book for review and it was an anthology, and I thought I'd really enjoy it, but I was slogging through it to the point where it was on my Kindle, and every time I reached another book, I would look how many pages it was, and I was like, right, I have to push myself through 15 pages now, and then I'll be at the next one. And it was just really slow going, but I still had like 2 weeks until I had to put up my review. So I put that down, grabbed a book I'd know I'd like, just a cute contemporary, blasted that through and then went back to it. So yeah, I feel like everybody knows the sort of thing that will get them out of a slump. I know some people have a certain book that they'll reread or a certain series that they'll reread. I'm just like, grab a graphic novel, grab a short contemporary, probably gonna make me get out of the slump. Question 10 is, there are so many new books coming out that you're dying to read. How many do you actually buy? I'm a cheap ass, I do not buy them. I very rarely buy new releases because I'm like, £10 for a book, thanks but no thanks, I'll wait until it's £2 second hand. It's just, I know some people like, new, but I'd rather be 6 months late to the show and save 20 quid, you know what I mean? That's not, I've only bought a few books brand new and it's generally because they're really cheap. So for example, I pre-ordered A Coat of Wings and Ruin because it was only £3.85, so I didn't mind that. But anything else, I'll just wait until it's cheaper. I'd rather buy something second hand that's got the spine cracked than spend £15 on one book. So question 11, the last question, is after you've bought the new books you can't wait to get to, how long do they sit on your shelf before you get to them? Now this one varies, it really depends on what I'm in the mood for. For example, I grabbed this again, I bought this month and then read it as soon as I got it. Other books, they can just stay there for ages, it just depends on what mood I'm on. Obviously if I buy like 5 books at the same time, I can't read them all at the same time. Sometimes I save books so I know if I'm in a little bit of a slump or if I want to read something later on, I've got that to grab. But yeah, there are some books that I bought years and years ago that I've not read yet, but I'm not mad about that because they're not going to go off, they're not going to disintegrate, they'll be there when I want to read them. So yeah, it depends and I don't mind. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that tag. It was just me spieling loads of crap, talking for way too long, but I hope you enjoyed it. Comment below any of your answers for these, or if you've done this tag then tell me and I'll check out your answers that way. I'm going to tag Rebecca McPeak in here because I know that she wants some more to do. I don't think she's done this one yet, so you are tagged. Can't wait to see your video. If this is your first video by me and you enjoyed it, then check out some of my others, and if you continue to enjoy them then please subscribe, that would be awesome. Anyway guys, I will see you in a few days with another video. Bye.